Welcome to Tech Bytes and News, your daily roundup of articles featured in Hacker News. Today, we're diving deep into the shadowy world of sand trafficking in Latin America. Now what you think, folks? This isn't your average beach bum operation. We're talking organized crime, environmental devastation, and shocking levels of corruption. Get ready.
Whoa, sounds intense. So what's the main player here? Is it just small-time operators, or are we talking major cartels?
Oh, it's a mix. We've got everything from powerful militias like the Bondedozinho in Brazil, who are essentially using floating dredgers to scoop up massive amounts of sand near Rio de Janeiro, to smaller groups called carroceiros who operate on a much smaller scale, often employing people in slave-like conditions. It's a whole ecosystem of criminal activity.
And the Bondedozinho, they were working with a state legislator? That's some serious corruption. I'm surprised this isn't getting more attention.
Exactly. The article highlights how the lack of oversight makes this a low-risk, high-reward operation. The sand looks the same whether it's legally or illegally mined, making it incredibly difficult to track. Plus, the demand is huge. Most of this sand ends up in construction, fueling the booming real estate markets in these countries. Think about it. Cheaper sand means higher profits for developers, even if it means turning a blind eye to illegal activity.
So it's not just about the money for the criminal groups, but also the knock-on effects on the construction industry and even the political landscape. The article mentions the murder of Marielle Franco in Rio, linked to her fight against illegal construction projects fueled by this sand trade. That's chilling.
Absolutely chilling. And the environmental impact is devastating. We're talking about wildlife extinctions, altered waterways, increased flooding. The list goes on. It's a perfect storm of criminal enterprise, corruption, and environmental destruction. It's a complex problem with no easy solutions.
The article mentions this is happening in Brazil, Colombia, and Mexico. Are there any similarities in how these operations are run across these different countries?
Yes, definitely. The common thread is corruption. In Colombia, for example, criminal groups with ties to political and economic elites are involved. In Mexico, legally registered companies are often involved in the illegal extraction, protected by corrupt officials. It's a systemic problem, not just a few bad apples.
And the scale is staggering. The article mentions that in Colombia, up to half the sand used might be illegally mined. That's insane.
It is absolutely insane. And the article even suggests that some Mexican sand mafias might be exporting their product to the United States. Think about that for a second.
That's a whole other level of complexity. It's not just a regional problem. It could have international implications. This is a really important story.
You're right. This isn't just some niche crime story. It's a major issue with far-reaching consequences. We need to pay attention to this. Thanks for joining us on Tech Bytes and News. We hope you found this discussion insightful. Have a great day, and remember to stay informed.
Bye-bye.